Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Teresa with Keep in Touch Crafts. I'm so grateful that you joined me tonight for another live paper crafting class. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. I'm going to be doing a project, kind of a quick and easy gift card holder that we'll be able to make tonight together. It doesn't really take a lot of fancy stuff or take a lot of time. You can make it as simple or elaborate as you would like. I am going to first also show you, just share with a few things with you that I've gotten that you might like to see. I know a lot of us who are stampers like to have ideas and just different projects we can make together, and we just all show each other new things, and we're always learning. So I'll show you a couple things, one I received and a couple things that I've made. Then we'll make the gift card holder together, and then I'll have quite a few different samples of that same gift card holder with different different papers, stamp sets, different times of the year or themes, that kind of thing. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to double check here on my computer. Oh brother, I think it might be glitchy. I'm hoping not. Okay, I think it might be okay. I hope. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to be here last week. I had just gotten done having surgery and on my foot, so I cannot put weight on my foot for like 6 weeks, and you know how that goes, lots of fun. And I was just wiped out. I just couldn't do it, so I apologize for that. So we're going to get back into crafting here. Feel free to always, if you have any questions, clarifications, let me know. If you're here watching this live on YouTube or Facebook, feel free to chat with me here. I'll try to keep an eye on it. I'm not good at that, but I will do my best. So I'll try to get that. And then if you're watching on the replay, feel free to comment there as well. I do go back and check those. So hopefully you'll enjoy this project. Let's switch our cameras, and then I'll just show you a few things and we'll get started, okay? Well, I have a new transition, so we'll see if it works. I thought it was kind of cool. We'll try it. All right. Ooh, okay. Was that cool or what? Okay. Here we are. I'm going to be showing you. First of all, I wanted to show that I got a beautiful card this week from Rachel Tessman, and since I've been out, I do help her sometimes. I'm her assistant, and I wasn't able to go in and be with her because of my surgery. So I got this cute card from her, and of course she spoiled me with one of these. Have you seen these? These are orderable. They're those insulated cups, something you can get from Stampin' Up! that are so pretty, and they kind of have a little sparkle and stuff on there. So that was a card from her, and it's got this cute three-dimensional bottle. It's like a message in a bottle theme to it, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show you. It's the cutest little bottle here, and it's got some bubbles in it and looks like a rolled up message. So isn't that cute? So adorable. And it's kind of a little shaker element there. All right, thanks Rachel. Let's see what else we got to show you. So I know I'm always bringing this up. I want you to know about Paper Pumpkin. If you're a new stamper, or somebody who doesn't have a lot of time to shop, or I don't know, any number of reasons why. There's a lot of reasons why this is a fun monthly subscription that you can subscribe to. It comes to your door every month. You can choose to put it on hold for a month or two. You can, any number of choices you have, you control your subscription. You're not pressured. You don't have to do it more than it's totally up to you. It's roughly, I think, $23.50, which includes shipping. And it is a complete set that has everything you need except probably like paper snips, and that might be about it actually. So scissors is about the only thing you don't get, and we never know what's coming. I mean, we kind of have an idea, but we don't know exactly what the theme is each month. So they're kind of a fun surprise. If you are interested in getting a subscription from that, you're going to want to go to Stampin' Up! And if you go there, go under my name, look for Teresa Glow, and then you will be able to get a subscription going. I always get one every month regardless, and I always like to show some alternative projects you can make as well. So that adds even more value to your kit that you're getting. In case there's something in there that maybe you don't need that many cards or whatever it might be, we have other ideas of what you could possibly use it for if you'd like. A lot of times I'll make the original projects that come in it, and then I use the rest to make alternative projects, and you'll be amazed how many things you can get out of that actual kit. You can really stretch it, and I'll show you one moment here. I was getting thirsty. Okay, I'll show you. Now, I have it torn up and used and all kinds of stuff, so when you get it, it's all beautiful, right? But your first one comes with an acrylic block, and then you get stamp sets. This is a great way when you're starting out to build your inks, because you get an ink spot in it. This is what an ink spot is. It is small, but they work really nice. So you can, ink up your stamps on your acrylic block, because the stamp sets are photopolymer, which is clear, see-through. I will show you this one. Oh gosh, whoops, something just fell. I don't know what it was. Okay, here we go. So here's a cute stamp set on this one this month. I kind of have some of them off of they come like so. And they're just nice and clear. You can see exactly where you're stamping. This one has trick or treat, enjoy this spooky treat. Webs, bats, stars. There's a spider here that I was just using, Happy Halloween. And you have all that you need to make treat boxes this time. So it makes, I don't know if you can see that, isn't that cute? And so you can give these out for Halloween, and they just hold little candy, that kind of thing. On the back side, of course, is your instructions that show you how to make them all. And it also gives you other alternate ideas here. Here's a QR code if you want more instructions, and you can see here how the kit has everything you need in it, including adhesive, bling, everything else. So I will show you this kit. By the way, the next one is going to be a Christmas themed with holiday cards in it. So that is what they're telling us on this one. Probably won't get a whole lot more information on that. And so that is what is going to be in the November kit. And so you will have to subscribe to that one by, it'd be the October kit. Subscribe to that by October 10th. That's the cutoff. Every month, it's the 10th of the month for you to decide if you want the Paper Pumpkin kit for that month or not. So you can see it just like this is all, like I said, my leftovers from all the stuff that I've been doing. I bring in other things too, but I have a bunch more that I can make, and it comes like with the stickers, and you'd think I didn't even use it yet. Look at all these in here. But you can see I'm going to be showing you that I have used a lot of it. Die cuts are in here. That coordinate. They come on a nice sheet. I just have mine messy right now because that's how I roll. And we have glue dots and more things for your sentiments to go on to, that kind of thing. And it comes with, like this one came with a roll of tear and tape. So you have plenty of goodies there, and I still have a ton of leftover things. So I'm going to show you what they look like when they're done. I'll get this out of the way. Okay, they all come in a cute box too, and so you can kind of just keep those boxes and store things in them or whatever. I believe these are the three that it had us make with the kit. These three. Happy Halloween. This one has kind of a cutout that's all ready for you, a kind of a die cut area, and they have a little slide out thumb. They're like a little drawer. And this is I added a little bling on there. So I took it's not really bling. I added an element. So what you're going to do is put one of these little die cuts on a little piece of plastic, like window sheeting. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't come very easily on the camera, but then you just kind of have it tucked inside along with the goodies, of course. Tuck that inside so that when the person opens it, it kind of just jumps out like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so this is one of the, I must have, let me check here, guys. I want to make sure I'm not steering you wrong. Yeah, that must be this one. So I didn't do anything different other than adding that little element on the inside, because you do have leftover supplies when you get these, so you're going to be able to, you know, get more supplies and make other things, and which is kind of nice. This one is, they're all the similar layouts with the drawer type that pulls out. Enjoy this spooky treat and trick or treat with that. All right, so that is the 3 that the kit makes, and I believe it makes a total of, what is it? And they do coordinate with our Stampin' Up! Products, so like the colors in these kits will go with paper and inks that we already have, and maybe inks that you've gotten from other kits and that kind of thing too, other ink spots. So it makes 18. Oh my goodness, no wonder. 18 tree boxes. I feel like that's a lot. You know, that might be enough to have, you know, to take to school for a class, if they're allowed to do that, I guess. I don't know. And I'm showing you other ideas. You could stretch it to do probably twice that if you just add a little bit more of your own cardstock in there, and go with some of these ideas that I'll be showing you here. All right. One thing I did was I just used one of them and made it into one box out of one of the portions. I'll show you what I mean. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. So what you can do is go ahead and take one of these, and I have to credit Rachel Tessman for this idea. She had a way of turning your box, which comes like this. Instead of folding it up and having 2 parts, you can fold it up and have it become, each of these becomes its own box. So then that would give you a doubling of the kit. So what I did was I just took one of the black drawers, like kind of like this here, and I just kind of, I put a little Velcro closure on it, and I put it through, I have an embossing folder that has this image here. It's kind of a, like a haunted house look, which you probably can't see very well. Oh, boo, they're kind of hard to show, the dark colors like this. And then I carried that same embossing folder into the inside there. So that's just a little decorative element there for the inside. And your embossing folder does show here, so that's kind of a nice touch too. So instead of, see, I just glued those tabs together and just made a new score mark. Normally there was a score mark right here to be able to put it together to make a drawer portion, but if you just kind of mess with it a little and kind of change those folds and crease them in a different way, then you're going to be able to use, you know, make twice as many. So this was one of them. I really should show you, right? I hate to tear it apart, but I should have assembled one with you. This normally would become the drawer. I used this orange piece to cover up these little, let me see if I can do this with you. I did it a while back, so I hope I can remember. Let's quickly do one here. I'm just folding with right on these score marks that come right on it, and that just makes it have a nicer crease. So this is something I could do separately too for people who just do have their paper pumpkin kits. And once my customers grow enough so that I have at least, you know, a few more people, we can do our own individual little tutorial as well, if that would be something anyone would be interested in. There are a lot of other ideas out there. A lot of demonstrators who share their ideas, which is so fun. So now what we're doing is, this is normally to put this together, we brought the sides up, and then this was down like so. The tabs got tucked inside. Kind of, oops, this got tucked in underneath that flap. And then you just brought it down, and this made your trying to go too fast. Oh goodness, I'm doing a sloppy. All right, so you can see how quick and easy that was to put together. But if you, and that was the drawer, but if you want to make it, you can change this up like so and glue that down really well. And then what you can do is make a new, see how it is here? I covered it up, as remember I showed you on the last one. This one I covered it up with another piece of paper. You can do that if you don't like those tabs showing. You could probably trim those, maybe trim them off if you would rather not, but it does help with the structure of the actual box and helps it kind of hold together a little better. And then what you would do then is, see how it comes across the top like so. You would want to make a nice score there, and then you can cover up this other crease. You can, I put it through with an embossing folder, and that just kind of made that crease kind of disappear. And then just whatever type of a closure you would want on this portion, and then decorate it with all your leftover stuff. So I thought that was so clever. Thank you, Rachel, for your awesome ideas, which she always has. So some other things I made is I did go ahead and use one of those as kind of a stencil. Let me show you how it comes. So they come like this. And so I just used one of them as kind of a stencil. And I put Versamark, like I laid it down on the box and dabbed Versamark, and I heat embossed it. So it's really durable and shiny and white on there. A nice little spider web on it and a closure. Made that into a box. And a little Velcro on it and a little Happy Halloween and the black kind of baker's twine there. That was another one. Another embossing folder version. You could use any embossing folder that you have, of course. And this one I just inked it up with Versamark again. Now for those of you who aren't very used to doing a lot of crafting, this might be more than you would want to know, but this is for kind of people who want to go a little above and beyond the main kit, which you do not need to do. They're so cute just the way they are. But for those of you who like a little bit more of a challenge and want to do other things, this was inking it and heat embossing with the black on that white portion. And then I just, how did I get it together? Oh, I stapled them in. I don't know if you can see that. They're just kind of stapled in there on right up here. Stapled them right on there and just glued it shut, so that when whoever wants to get it, you just just have to tear into it. But this is all just some of the elements that come in the kit. So that was another idea. Here was what I used, that webbing die cut as well, and did inking through it. So I took my blend marker and I had put that spider web die cut over my actual paper, and let's see which way it went, like this, like whatever, can't be, okay, must have done it like this, or like, yeah. And then I just did the inking with the ink that comes with it. Enjoy Spooky Treats, and that one again was stapled in there. And a little bit of the what was that color of coordinating ribbon there that we have. It doesn't come in the kit. I'm adding a few extra things with it. And then this one I did was very similar, but I did the inking again with our gorgeous grape that we have. And I even decided to use, it came with black tissue paper in there, so I adhered the black tissue paper on there, kind of wrinkled it up first. And this is the drawer, oops, I didn't mean for that to happen. This is the drawer version, but this was, the original version. I just kind of gussied it up, as they'd say, a little bit, just changed it a little. And I had done the same thing with this one and put it on a piece of clear acetate. And it looks like he's, poor thing, he's like stuck in there. He's like, help me out. So you do, you pull and you help him out to get your little goodies, okay? All right, so those were the alternatives I came up with. What's next? What's next? All right, I wanted to also show you, we have a new kit. And kits are really big right now. That's why you're like, I don't want a kit. I want to just get to our project. And I will very soon. But just so you know, we do have a lot of kits that they're always getting new ones in. They're very affordable, all-inclusive. For the most part, they are. Go to our website, Stampin' Up! And here's my Stampin' Up! Store. Just go under the kits area and you'll see them all. And they just are constantly turning over, putting new ones in. If they sell out, they take them out. That kind of thing. So the newest one was a Christmas themed one. I thought this was super cute. This one it makes tags. It's called Christmas Gifting Kit. And it makes all these tags. And it's hard to tell just by looking at that. That's why I like to show it to you. Here, and they are, sorry, get you dizzy. These are all the different things that come in the kit. Very similar to a paper pumpkin, only, it is very similar, but they have different themes, and it's just more of an extensive list of kits to choose from. So for this one, it makes how many? 9 tags, but these are like massive. These are big. These are, okay. So you can see how large these are. They're almost as big as my hand. And they're really nice quality. And then they have this cutout, and you put it together, Merry Christmas, and on the back is a little pocket that you adhere. And this could be for money, for a gift card, a little note you could put in there, or sentiment, however you want to do it. It comes with all these die cuts and the ink and just everything you need to make these cool tags. So the other ones that come in it are, there is this like deerish one, so that'd be a great masculine or a deer hunter lady. I don't know. Whoever in your life you would like to give that to. It's a kind of a different look to it. And this one has the green to and from on this one. And then there's one that is a Christmas tree cutout. And you can see this one says with love. I messed up the first time I did it. You're supposed to see there's a hole right here. I just didn't read my instructions quick enough and thought I knew how to do it. But the hole should match up with this hole, and then you should tie it together. That's how it's supposed to be. And I figured it out eventually. So something like this, where the back, you just tie it together, but it does show through here and it moves. I just think they're so cute. What a great thing to have on hand. Here it comes with a clear block again. The ink spot is shaded spruce, which is a real nice green for Christmas. This says a little something for a friend. I suppose I could show you the stamp set. Okay, it's all sentiments. And so a little something for a friend, with love and joy, for someone special, just for you. Merry Christmas, to and from, and then from our home to yours. So if you make treats that, something you bake or make every year, you could use these tags for that, or any number of things. But each one comes with the supplies like so to be able to make up all of these beautiful tags. Aren't they fun? And I still have some left. So that would be a nice thing to be able to do ahead of time. What some people do is get a group of friends together and they each choose a kit from our selection and they work on kits together, and then they, you know, just have a fun like ladies' night or whatever get together. And then you can either trade with everybody and each kind of go away with a few different things, or maybe it's a kit you want every piece, and so of course you would just want to keep that. It does come with the baker's twine, and it has plenty of other pieces and leftovers, glue dots, and everything you need. Gosh, I didn't mean to talk so much about kits, but they are so fun, and it's a great time to get together with family or friends and work on some of those ahead of time. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit on Christmas, but okay, I want to show you what I've been working on. Yes, it's a Christmas thing, but it was so much fun. So tucked it all. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom out, and now my lights don't like the glare. Wow, I'm zoomed out. All right, so this is what we call a sampler, and it is 12 by 12. And I just took a bunch of our stamp sets and die cuts and, you know, a lot of different things that we have and made what they call a sampler. And I know this isn't going on very well, guys. It's just kind of large, and my lights don't like it. So I'll try to get you to see the different panels. We have die cuts that do all of these different things, papers that we have in our new mini, not new, but our catalog that goes through December. I'm just trying to give you ideas ahead of time that you could maybe make or do. And if you would like some instruction on that, I could either do a class, tutorial, or just maybe do your own thing, but just kind of use this as a, I don't know, just an idea. All right, cool, huh? I just loved making that. Lots of fun. All right. All right, let's get our thing going here that we want to make. Our gift card holder. So what I'm going to do is pull in my supplies. And so go ahead and grab paper and pencil if you want to take notes. Or you can grab a trimmer and some cardstock, a stamp set, or whatever you want to do. And we're going to craft together. And look at my big mess already, huh? That's kind of some of the colors we're going to use. I'm going to use. And this is a very flexible, I don't know, versatile. There you go. A versatile gift card holder. You can make it for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, whatever. So I'll show you more examples after I'm done here showing you how to make it. All right, so let's go ahead and pull in your card base. And so whatever you want your actual gift card holder to be made out of, that's your card stock. Normally our card stocks come in 8.5 by 11, and I am cutting it down to 3 by 11. So it, you know how we have just a whole piece of paper, you will cut it down to 3 by 11. So I'm going to grab my trimmer so we can score. Oh, that was a close one. That's just 2 quick score marks. If you don't have a trimmer with a scoring blade, go ahead and just use a ruler with a little something to kind of crease some lines in there. The first one is going to be at 3 5/8. So go to 3 1/2 and then another 1/8 of an inch. And on our little trimmer, not little, but our lovely trimmer, we have a scoring blade. That's the light one. So there's 3 5/8. I'm going to extend my arms so we can get a little bit longer measurement here and go to 7 1/4. Okay, so I'm looking over here at 7 1/4. All right, and then we will maybe bring this back in and trim that a little bit more. But now look for your designer series paper. So get some patterned paper, whatever you would like for your gift card holder. You could also make your own, so you could take a stamp and make a background with it. I decided to use some of this paper that's got some gold foil type accents on it. I'm kind of looking at a theme of fall, kind of a Thanksgiving maybe theme. And I'm looking for, oh, okay, this is part of our Festive Foils 12 by 12 paper. And this paper pack comes with the cherry cobbler. This is gold. And then the soft succulent. And it's got some really pretty foil accents on it, which I know the camera's not doing it justice, but really pretty. I don't use the gold as much, so I wanted to use that. So go ahead and you're going to cut your designer series paper. You want it the width of, you're going to need probably 2 panels. If you want to use the same on the front and the inside, you can do that, or you can do coordinating, that kind of thing. But I decided to use this, I'm going to make 2 of these, one on the outside, one for the inside. So it is going to be, the width of it is 2 3/4 inch wide. If you have a pattern, you want your pattern to be oriented so that it is vertical, you know, so it's a little bit taller, like a portrait, I should say, portrait orientation on that. So that was 2 3/4, and the length is 3 3/8. So 3 1/4, and then a little bit more. And I already had cut that. So I'll do another one, 2 3/4 by 3 3/8. And there's any number of ways you could decorate your project, but I'm kind of going with a subtle look. This is just such a pretty paper, you don't need to do a whole lot else with it, right? Now for a stamp set, I am going to pull in, I decided to use, Gathered Wheat. That is in our mini catalog, and it has "My heart is filled with gratitude, simply thankful for all you do," and then "Thinking of you." And it's got this large sheath, I think it is, of wheat, a smaller with like a little spray of 3 of them, a little teeny wheat stamp there, and these little speckles kind of for a background. So it's very versatile. I'm not using these 2 tonight, but I've used them on some of the samples. So whatever you want to use for yours, we'll want to pull in your stamps. So I am, also grab a label punch, or if you want, you can cut the hole for this. But you're going to want something, that will be roughly the width, or it has to be less than this 2 3/4 of an inch wide. So, and you want a little bit of room on the edges, so that kind of gives you an idea. So this is, it gives me between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch on each side of one of these strips. So that's how you know that it'll be big enough. But you'll see better once we're making our actual holder there. And so that's probably what we need for now. If you want some accents, some, other things, we'll see as we go. You'll see what I'm talking about here. So let's go ahead and grab a bone folder and just go ahead and crease our cardstock really well to give it a nice crisp creasing. Then take a look at how it closes. It's kind of, think of it as like a tri-fold. And if it kind of buckles a little bit, that's totally something that we're going to, it's totally fine. We're going to trim it a little. Trimmer. Okay. So yeah, I should have trimmed one of these down. Just take a little hair, like 1/8 of an inch off of one end there. Just a smidge, so that you'll be able to fold this one up, and you're going to be adhering that down. and then this will come over the front. It does hang over a little bit. If you don't like that, you can trim it to make it even, but then we could have just adjusted our very beginning proportions. But I just kind of liked the ease of 3 by 11, score, trim if needed. Okay, so we are going to do some decorating before we do a whole lot else. We can pull this back in if we need it. And we are going to bring one of these in, and we're going to put it on the front here. And then another one is going to be going here. And then we're going to have another little decoration possibly there, but we'll see as we go. We do want to stamp our wheat, whatever image you would like on the front of your card. That is going to be stamped on your, if you want to stamp anything. If you have a pretty pattern or whatever on your front Designer Series paper piece, then you do not need to even do any more. If you want to use a stamp and do some stamping, you can do that. Whatever, kind of envision how you want the outcome to look. So what I'm going to do is grab, well, I could use brown ink with this. I could use this, I believe this is Mary Merlot. I could use that as well. But being it's the wheat, I'm gonna grab my early espresso. And that is like a deep brown. Very dark brown. You could use black too, just to get that image on there, because it's kind of a fine detail on there. So let's grab a little piece of paper just to test it on. Just an old scrap or something. And of course I cleaned up really well. Okay, so here's a piece that I had thrown away before because I messed up what I stamped on the back. Let's give your image a try here, just to test it and see how it's going, or how it looks. You know, do you have the right amount of ink? Do you have the right color you want? You can kind of test it out to see how you want it to look. Now mine extends outside of my piece here, but that's okay. I'll be able to wipe this off. What does it say? Oh gosh. Sorry guys.
Merlot, I could use that as well.
What?
But being it's the wheat, I'm gonna grab.
Wow, my computer has a life of its own. It just decided to talk to me. I have just set it on the side so I can make sure that the live was broadcasting okay. It just had a life of its own, apparently. Sheesh. Okay. So here's that image, and so that'll look nice. I kind of like it. It's very detailed. I don't know if you can see that. It has a lot of detail on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give that I'm stamping it right on here. If you have a Stamparatus, this might be a nice time to use it. So let's give it a try. I'm going to kind of just clean that off quick, because as we're going to set up the Stamparatus, I don't want it to be smearing all over the place and making a mess. So you do not need to have this tool to be able to make this. This is just a way to do your stamping that helps you get a nice, deep, clear image. So that's what I love about it, is it just really makes it nice and a deep image, because you don't have to press really hard, but you do, oops, what am I doing? Oh, I got that dirty again. Gotta pay attention. Stamping and talking at the same time apparently are hard for me tonight. I can't really use these because they might be in the way. Actually, let's see here. So if we stamp roughly here, I could put the magnet that holds the paper in place just out of the way over here. It could be up in the corner too. It's not going to move much, but wherever you put it, you want to know where you're going with that. And like I said, it does extend off the edge, but that's okay. And so I know that's where I want it to stamp, and this will grab that image then, and everything will stay right where it's right now. And I'm going to put a little, oh, you can't see that. Oh, I'll go back on camera here. I'm going to scoot this over. So to ink it up, I usually put some little thing, maybe this would be better, to kind of give it a stability, and so it's not like too far down. Otherwise it tips down. That works, but it's sometimes nice to have more of a flat surface for inking. You just ink it really well here. You don't have to load it too much, because we can do we can keep doing that image until it's the darkness and intensity that we want. Okay. Give it a nice press without pushing so hard that we get the little, oh, what do they call those when they have a little shadow, you know? Okay, let's see how that looks. Just to make it all the more brilliant, I am going to stamp it again. Now, I'm inking it up, and I don't know if you can see right here, probably not, but the image wasn't very good right there. It didn't I didn't press well enough or whatever. So that is why this is nice. I can go back in, give that a better press in that area, and then it makes that image, you can get a real vibrant, kind of a perfect image practically when you use a Stamparatus. They're just a fun tool. Again, you don't have to have it, but they're sure nice. Okay. I'm going to set this aside. I'll clean it up later. And so this will be on the front, and then we can decide, I'm going to keep this out for a few other things here. On the inside, we're going to put this in an area in fact, let's see here. Gotta make sure it's not binding. So this piece is the one that comes up that we kind of trimmed off a little bit. And so I am going to put this on here, and I'm going to adhere it. Now you can use liquid, multi-purpose liquid glue. You can use seal. You can use tear and tape, whatever you prefer here. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Seal Plus, just because it was handy. Wouldn't necessarily have to be that strong of an adhesive as the Seal Plus, but it'll work. I'm going to let this baby dry out of the way a little bit. All right, so let's center that on this area here. I was thinking, boy, if I forgot any of my supplies and they're on the other side of the room, that would not be good. I don't know. I had foot surgery, so I'm hobbling around. That would be a mess. So I'm hoping I didn't forget anything. So that's on the inside. Now grab your punch or whatever you want to do. Some of them I used a little a die to make. What we're trying to do is make an opening in here. How do you want your opening to look? And the opening is for the gift card that you want to put into it. So I'm gonna find here. I just found a whatever. This is a business card size, but it's very similar to the size of a gift card. So you're gonna want that in here like so. Where do you want the hole for this? That's what you're gonna determine. You're gonna put this in here. Do you want it in the middle, the bottom, the top? But just remember that when you're doing it, what's the top, what's the bottom? So we know this is the cover. We're going to open it up. This is the inside. And I think actually just centering it will be fine. You could have it higher, lower, depending on a sentiment, that kind of thing. So I know I want it about in the middle. Actually, here, let's go like that. And roughly in the middle. And I want to center it up and down that way. I'm kind of having to tip it so I can see. All right, so I don't know if you can kind of see how that's in there. Give that a punch. This will be used for another, either the same, you could put that on the front, or you could use that on another project or whatever. But it's so pretty, isn't it? This label punch we have is called Lasting Label. and it's kind of a newer one, a different kind of a shape. You don't have to use this one. Any punch you have that will be less than, it'll fit in here all the way, and that a gift card will be able to sneak in here. Will it fit in there? Yes. So then you'll know that is the right size. It can be narrow, deeper, whatever you prefer. This, I probably wouldn't go any deeper than, or bigger this way, because then it might flop out or whatever. But we're going to adhere this shut, and you only want to put adhesive on the outside edge and this top portion right here, which is actually going to the center. You do not want it here because you're going to be slipping your gift card down in there, and you don't want adhesive in this area. So I'm going to open it up, and remember, I don't want adhesive here, and so I will go ahead and put the adhesive just on the edge there and here. Now my adhesive hung over the edge a little because I didn't want it to show here. That's okay. I just kind of press it over a little bit, push it out of the way so you can't see it, and that side's a little better. Okay, so then you just go ahead and press that down. Give it a nice press, and then you can give it a little test and see, does it hold anything on there? Gosh, if I glued that down, I'd be so mad at myself. Okay, see how that'll work? So if this was your gift card, I don't think they're usually this long, but come on. Cooperate with me. That's the way it goes, right? Force it. Okay, so you have your gift card. It would be in there. It would look a lot prettier than my coffee club little punch card here, but that is where that's going to go. Now we need to keep decorating. You can keep it simple. You don't have to put anything here, but that's where I want to put my sentiment and have room for writing. And this could have a little decorative area here if you'd like, or just leave it as is. And this is going to go on the front. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And any number of adhesives would work well for this too. And I'm just centering that there, like so. Gosh, something got, I bet my ink hadn't dried completely on here. Oh, so a good, if you do have this happen, whenever there's a kind of a foil or a shinier finish, if you are having trouble and you're afraid it's going to smear, take your heat tool, which I'll grab mine and show you what I'm talking about. Your heat tool, if you're a paper crafter, you have one, trust me, right? So, and you heat set it. Just kind of go like that. And you're just making sure that the ink is dry, so then it won't smear on there. So if you have a shiny surface, go ahead and heat set that. And you can see this could go upside down, and you could put this on, if you didn't have a big focal point right here, you could put your cutout or punch out from the inside here if you just had designer series paper. So now what I want to do is put a panel up here so that I can have the sentiment on there. And let's see what we want to use for that. I was going to pull in just some of this, I think it's called Daffodil. It's our Daffodil Delight. Very light color of yellow. I feel like that went pretty well with this. And it's kind of that fall theme there. And it's going to be the same size as we did cut our designer series paper to, which was, yep, okay, where are you? Instructions. So this was going to be, the length is 3 3/8. So 3 3/8. by 2 3/4. So that is going to go on the inside. Up here, and I wanted to use a color light enough so that you could write on it and put your own message in there. If you have a lighter base, you may not need to even do that here, but you would maybe want to just stamp your sentiment on there. You could put your sentiment on that, and that's what I was thinking about doing. I also want one though on the front. The one on the front's not going to have, I just need a kind of a smaller, a nice way to put that on there that doesn't totally cover up what we want to have it say. Or, I mean, I don't want to cover up the wheat here. So I was going to use "My heart is filled with gratitude" for one of the sentiments. And the other one I wanted to use is "Simply thankful for all you do." It's really nice stamp set with, it has a couple of different fonts on it, and I thought it was just really pretty. I love the scripted portion of it. It's like a looks handwritten kind of. And so those are our two. Let's see, so "My heart is filled with gratitude, simply thankful for all you do." I'm going to put "My heart is filled with gratitude" on the front. So I am going to just use as small of a piece as I can so that it doesn't cover up too much of our image. I'm just going to bring in this same cardstock and I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm just going to do a basic cutout. So let's bring back our early espresso to do our sentiments here. And this one, it doesn't really matter where I put it because I am going to be cutting it out. I just want a nice image. Okay. And then the other one is going to go on here. A Stamparatus could be used again, so I'll hopefully not mess this up, because that would be bad. I have to stand up, guys. I'm going to get my head in the way. I hope not. And I'm just trying to center that on there and hope I did it okay. All right, it's a kind of a fine lined stamp. You probably aren't catching it very well on the screen. Oh. Okay, so in person it looks better than it does on the screen. Sure it does, huh? So this will go on the inside, and again I'm going to heat set that so I don't smear it. And that heat setting just basically quick dries it. And then for this, I'll bring in my trimmer again and just kind of cut that down. Now, depending on what you're using for your sentiments, you may not need to do this part. You may be able to stamp it right on your paper or whatever. It just kind of depends on your design and how you want it to be decorated. What's nice is we can look right here, and there's like a, where the blade slides, you can see your image and then you can tell if it's straight. So get one part straight, and then all you have to do is make sure that this one is nice and straight. So that will make it very straight, square, that kind of thing. But it's nice that you can kind of look right in there and make sure that you're not going to be cutting something off, that kind of thing. And I'm just looking here, there's a line, and making sure that edge is straight on there. All right. We're getting there. And these are really nice to mass produce. That's very nice. You can make a bunch of them, and they don't really take a lot of supply. All right, and mainly it's your, coming up with your design. Once you figure out what you're doing, then it's pretty quick and easy to get it together. So my heart is filled with gratitude is going to go there. I am going to use dimensionals on here. So the dimensionals are adhesive with a little bit of foam, and it brings a lot of dimension, hence the name. A lot of dimension to your project. I'm just getting ink everywhere as usual. Sheesh. Someday maybe I'll figure out how to not do that. All right, of course I got a little bit of ink on there. Oh, I need to take a class, figure out how to be neater. All right, so I just want this nice and straight, and the width is pretty good. And of course, like I was telling you, I have a little schmearlap there. I'm going to cover that up with an embellishment. So I have learned that really well, how to hide things. And on the inside here, I am going to be putting this Simply Thankful for All You Do, but I do want this to be a panel where I have more of the yellow down here so that I can write my sentiment on it. So I don't know, I don't think I cut one. Yeah, this should work. It's probably not quite as long as the other ones were, but you can cut another panel exactly the same size as all those others that we made. And decorate this however you would like to go. This is your part where the sentiment goes. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Oh, I tell you. All right, guys, I'm going to do this one again. What I need to do is clean up my area. This got on this. So I am going to clean it. Someday, maybe some of the neater crafters that I hang out with, I just have to have them rub off on. I need to learn from them and how they, I'm just naturally like messy. I think I'm too much in a hurry, and I don't think I'm getting things done any quicker, am I? All right, we'll dry that off, get my fingers clean, and we will be set to roll again. Okay, let's bring in the trimmer because I wrecked the one that we were going to use. All right, by now, do you have it kind of memorized what size that you need? I'm going to cut a little piece off of here, and we're going to cut this at, how wide is it right now? It's 3 inches right now, so I know that I need one that's 3 3/8 by 2 3/4. Like so. Another nice thing to do with the panels is just to use an embossing folder. That really adds a lot and kind of has a real pretty subtlety to it. And if we'd want, we can use this little splatter one and kind of put a little color on here. Actually, I think I'm going to do tone on tone. So I'm just going to grabbing that Daffodil Delight, same color as the paper, so that it just adds a little bit in the background. And I'm just going to go diagonally across like so. I might do a little bit more here. Okay. Nothing fancy, but those little things do sometimes just kind of add a little bit more to it. Then we're going to adhere the sentiment on there. I'm going to use this. You could use dimensionals, but maybe I shouldn't do that on the inside. You could mat this as well. You know, maybe I should show you that just to make it pop a little more. I'm going to grab another little piece of the Mary Merlot, I believe it was, and I'm going to punch another of the exact same label. And what you can do then is since we're putting it on here and I want this to show, you could just offset it a little bit. Ugh. And it's sticking to my, what did I do here? Why is it, oh, I forgot I had put adhesive on there. All right, so you could just offset it a little bit like that. But if you want it to have more of a border around it, then you can decide if you want it to go horizontally or vertically. I'm going to cut it in half this direction with my scissors. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to see it. Just a little, all you're going to see is the edge on the top and the bottom. And I already have adhesive on the back. And just want to put a little decorative border around it. That, I know I do this all the time. You're probably like, yeah, seen you do that a couple hundred times. Yeah, that one, you know that trick already, right? But it's a good one. Then you don't have to have every graduated size of everything. You just need to cut it and nobody will know. It's going to be just surprise. Tricks of the trade, right? Okay, I do wish this was a little darker, but like I said before, in person you can see it better than the camera picks up. And I am going to use a piece of paper, just anything to rub it so that my dirty fingers don't get on there. Okay, simply thankful for all you do. I'm gonna go up in here. This is super strong, the Seal Plus, so I don't even need to really put a ton of it on there. So this is a new mat that I got. It's kind of a silicone mat, and it's not a Stampin' Up! Product. I had just seen this, and I had a really good coupon, so it was pretty cheap. But I'm realizing what I don't like about it is it's not like paper. When you're stamping and you have some kind of paper under your project, I don't think that happens as much. So I'm kind of not liking that part. Maybe I'll use this more for, anything that's real messy, like, watercolor or something like that. Because I don't really like that with our stamping ink. It's kind of transferring and then causing some messiness. Okay, now we're just going to add a little bling to it. You could stamp a little with this little guy too. I thought that was kind of cute, but I think mine has plenty going on there. And I'm just going to bring in just whatever I happen to have. You do the same. That'll match your project. I might use some gold ribbon. And this comes from, these are our amber gems. So that would look pretty on there. And another one that could go is we have our 21 to 23 in color opal rounds. I thought that would look really pretty with it. But I think I just might use these. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. TYPT, right? Is TYPT, what would that mean? Typed for short? I don't know, that doesn't make sense. I was hoping I could come up with a really cool acronym. Actually, I'm going to use the other end. I don't know if this one has putty on there that kind of comes out and it helps you pick up things like this even. Very handy. So if you kind of push down on the top and slide it, it'll pick it right up. Isn't that cool? That makes it a lot easier to transfer. Otherwise, you can use this pokey end and then get under it and transfer it as well. Either one works. So here is going to cover up this big schmearlap I was talking about. Okay, pretty. I want to use a couple more. I want to use 2 small now. So I have one bigger one there. I'll put a smaller one here and another smaller one just right by that one. Just really bring the eye right to the sentiment. And then on the inside, I don't think I need too much else. Just remember, this is what that goes in there. And so that'll kind of change the look there. And if you would want to, you could put like even around this, the wheat here, it looks like it's got kind of a little rope around it. That'd be cute to put your, a bow on that part, or you could do a knot. Let's see what I want to do here. What I could do is show you a little trick that I've seen people do. And you take your ribbon and tie it around something, depending on the size that you want it. I'm hoping that I'm guessing the right size. This one's a little big, but let's do that. So what we're going to do is tie a knot on here. And if I'm not all butterfingers. Okay, so you have a knot, slide it off, and then you're going to take your these, scissors, snips. I have new Stampin' Up! Snips on the way. Mine, I don't know what I did with them. I think I like dropped them or I don't know what, and I can't find anything with my foot. I can't get around well. So anyways, I need those. I need my Stampin' Up! Snips to make a nice cut. That's not the ones. Those won't work. And I have dedicated, ooh, is this my, no, that's not them either. Anyways, find your snips, make a nice angle cut here. Or not, saw away at it, I guess. And that just leaves a little knot, and then you put this around your project and you trim it, which I'll show you here. So we can put it around here. Oh, but it's gonna be in the way. I wonder if I could tuck it. I'll tuck it behind here. All right, I'm making it harder than it usually is, but that's not the first time I've done that. It's amazing what sharp scissors help with, right? That makes a big difference. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want it to go right about here, and I'm gonna put a glue dot on it to hold it in place. Glue dots are your friend with ribbon. This right now looks like a big mess, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. And then I gotta get done. It's been an hour. Janet, that card is more amazing than any gift card that'll go in it. Oh yeah, well that, I know, right, Janet? It's just like a good reason to make something. Nice to see you, Janet. Thanks for tuning in. I haven't seen you for so long. Been staying home more these days and not getting to the library because of my surgery. But as you know, we're having some work done at the library, so it's exciting and I can't wait to see it. And I thought that would be a good time to get surgery that I needed to have done. And then I don't have to abandon my co-workers during a recovery. So that was cool. All right, and let's tuck this end behind this little inside sentiment. And we're gonna do the same. It's a little high there. I'm gonna do the same on this other side. Cut that down and put a glue dot on this end. Well, imagine though, like it could be, so Janet works at a library just like I do, and it could be like a bookstore or something, Janet. Wouldn't that be, that'd be pretty cool if it was a $100 gift card to someplace that has books for sale. Well, that looks crappy because it's going way different. Sometimes you gotta adjust, apparently. Let's go about, I gotta get them even. So I wanna put this one evenly across. Otherwise, it's gonna look terrible. Tuck that in there, make it go, push it in. I'm doing this the hard way, you guys. You don't. This is not a hard project, but I'm making it one. Now we just can kind of play with that a little and then trim it down. Of course, my hand will be right in the way. Okay, so this is a good time of year, like to, you know, do some random act of kindness for people. You could, you know, just a time to reflect on our gratitude, right, and what we're thankful for. So it's kind of fun to just give somebody, maybe you know someone who's done something and you just want to show them, like, thank you so much for all you do. Kids, teachers, or librarian, right? You're a librarian. Oh, I'm just kidding. And so my heart is filled with gratitude, simply thankful for all you do. And take your gift card, will be stuck right in there, and somebody will be very grateful for a little bit of gratitude. So I'll show you some other ways of other ideas and other samples that I will show you. So let me grab some. If you don't want to do as much work as I just did, you can do it very simply. So again, this one isn't picking it up well, but this is another image of the wheat. And then I just have the inside a little bit simpler, simply thankful for all you do. And those little stamps there, same cutout, and it's just less decorated, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that either, right? Sometimes simple is better than make it a little bit harder than we need to, right? Here was another one I made that's totally a different theme. I don't know if the light will show it well. This is a stamp set we have, and this one says retirement wishes, and on the inside, hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be. And then I have this. I just have this is the stamp, the same as on the front, except I heat embossed it with just a clear Versamark ink. And there's your little gift card you would use. And I put a little shimmer spray on it and some sequins and ribbon. So I don't know if it's kind of dark, but I hope you can see it. All right. Next, I did a thank you card. Sort of busy, right? A little bit of a thank you card that'll wake you up. Here's where you would put your gift card. Hard to pick up dark colors on camera. You could write a note in there or whatever you'd like. And here is a couple of Christmas ones. 'Tis the season. Happy holidays. That's a little bit more of a simpler, I don't know, all layout. I just have some of the silver baker's twine behind that one. And probably my favorite, tidings of comfort and joy. And this is some paper that we have right now that it's so pretty with the foil on there. And peace to you at Christmas. There's your gift card. You could just use that as a note. Write a little note to somebody in there. But it's also, you could put cash in there or whatever. Okay, and you could put something on there as well. So there we are. Hopefully some of these have sparked a couple ideas for you if you're wanting to have some of these on hand. It's been kind of fun. This is one of those black hole crafts for me where I could just keep going. But now I have all of these on hand so that if I need one and I don't have a lot of time, I can just grab it, and I have it in my stash so I can use it that way. How'd you like that? Was that cool? My little, my shatter, I think is what that one was called for a transition. Thank you again for tuning in. If you have questions, let me know, and have a great night, everybody. You take